All right, Keith, a pretty calm day out there today. We have a pretty nice weekend ahead of us. And then Sunday night, that's where it kind of goes downhill a little bit.
It does. It's not a very long period of time that it's going to be nasty, but it could be pretty impactful. So we'll talk about that in a second. But we will try to focus on the positive first, which is we got out of our own way today, temperature-wise, 38 for a high in Portland today. Average high is 41. Didn't get there, but you know what? We've been in the 20s the last couple of days, so this felt pretty nice. 25 in Rangeley. I was checking out some of the cameras at Saddleback. Conditions look great, like midwinter, snow on the trees and everything, if you just have to brave the cold. First half of tonight's actually quite chilly, but then we start to go back up after midnight, after this warm front moves through. I tend to think this model's overdoing the cloud cover tomorrow, but it has the right idea. There's a lot of clouds around compared to the last few days, but temperatures are more reasonable. 40 to 45 degrees should do it for highs, upper 30s into the mountains even. Far northern Maine probably struggling to get to about freezing. And then we're cloudy on Sunday too, and most of the day Sunday is fine. Upper 40s, low 50s. Southwest and northeast late afternoon into the early evening. Here comes the rain, and it gets pretty heavy overnight Sunday into early Monday morning. And most likely the heaviest winds will correspond with the heaviest rain, which will be Monday morning along the coastline. We'll get really big downpours in there, and those winds will be embedded within it. So let's talk about those two main threats. We've got winds and we have rain. We'll start with the winds, which will be out of the south-southeast. Not traditionally a great wind direction for us. Tends to give us some trouble as far as power outages go. So by 3 in the morning, we'll have wind gusts around 35, 40 miles an hour. Not a huge deal, right? Starts ramping up though, 45 to 50 miles an hour around 5 o'clock. And then into down East Maine and the mid-coast, 7 to say 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, we've got wind gusts between 55 and 60 miles an hour. Could see a stray gust up to 65 miles an hour right along the coastline here through the morning hours. And that's going to be enough, I think, to cause some power outages during this time period. Look how sharp that gradient is, though. Winds maxing out here in Rockland, and then right behind it, only 8-9 miles an hour back through Wiscasset. So it shows you this is a relatively quick moving storm, and it moves out on Monday afternoon. Power outage risk, it's just going to be in the coastline through the morning, through the mid-morning. It builds into down East Maine, and you can see that it's basically going to form a crescent from Portland up to the north towards Millinocket, where you have your best chance of losing power, unfortunately. And we will see rainfall amounts in excess of 2 inches. A couple of the latest models have a few 3-inch amounts. That'd be enough for a little bit of flooding, especially if it intersects with the snowpack. So a lot happening there. I mean, we'll definitely have power outages. I think at this point, Alex, it's just a question of magnitude. I feel like over time I've gotten decent at guessing this, power outage amounts. It feels like to me 75,000 to 125, something in that zone, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Some of our more, aggressive events have had 250 and above, and hopefully we can stay below that threshold there on Monday.
Definitely. Okay. Good to know. Thank you, Keith.